This lesson is going to be on open strings and fretted notes. So unlike the last lesson we were only using one hand, we're going to be using two hands. So this hand is the hand that makes the noise on the guitar, and this hand is the hand that changes the noise. So what we're going to do is, it's the same process with your right hand as it was in the last lesson. Just flicking the string, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time we're going to play a different note on each pluck of the string. So it's always very important that you're, this might sound a little bit basic, but it's always very important that you're hitting the same string that you're fretting. So always hit, if you're fretting the first string, make sure you're flicking or plucking the first string. Sometimes when I'm teaching people, they are pressing down one string and plucking the other string, and that doesn't make any difference to the sound. So it's just something for you to think a little bit about, and be careful when you're plucking a string that you're fretting the right string. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our hand, the left hand, and always remember your fingers should be pointing up towards the sky and your thumb should be pointing up towards the sky as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to flick the note, pluck the string, the first string, and we're going to pluck it first of all with no fingers on it, and then we're going to put your first finger in the first fret, push down hard, that will make the note sound. So it's just first finger off, and then first finger on, then first finger off, and then first finger on. And again, I'd like you to notice that my fingers, when I start, my finger's close to the note that I'm going to be playing next. It's not away out here, it's close to the note I'm going to be playing. It's very important. Again, this idea of keeping the movement down to a bare minimum is very important. So you're playing with your finger off but close, so it's off and then on, then it's off again, then it's on again. And I just want you to repeat that a few times. Until you get the hang of it. And it's important that we use the first finger in the first fret, we use the second finger in the second fret, the third finger in the third fret, and the pinky in the fourth fret. So what we want to do is just play open, then on, then off, then on, then off, then on, then off, then on. And then what we want to do is we're going to change finger, so it's open, and then we're going to play the second fret, so it's off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. And now we're going to do the second fret, so it's off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. Again, always be thinking about how much you're moving. Don't want to see you going. Always better to be close to the guitar. That was because I wasn't pushing down hard enough when I was playing the string. If you're not pushing down, you'll get a sort of dead sound. It's important that you listen to that and correct any mistakes as you go along. So the first exercise is open 1, and you repeat that. The second exercise is open 2. The third exercise is open 3, no fingers, then third finger in the third fret. Do that over and over again until you get a little bit better at it. Then move on to open 4. Now this is the hardest one because unless you play the guitar, you don't use your pinky for much. Your pinky is very weak, so that might be a little bit harder for you. So just open and then so you're just working the first finger off, on, then second off, on, third off, on, fourth off, on. The reason for these exercises is to create a little bit of finger strength. When you're playing the guitar, your fingers need to be strong. they also need to be able to work independently. So these exercises might be a little bit boring, but they're very important. And I want you to also bear in mind that what we're really learning here are different shapes on the guitar. So if you're going off, on, it's very much the same idea as going. It's just on a different string. So although we're learning these exercises in one place, it's important to bear in mind that they're all movable. For example, if I'm playing at the 5th fret, doing this, it's very closely connected to what we've done in exercises. So we've done 4 exercises, but you can move them up and down the guitar, and you can move them along the guitar. So what you're doing is you're learning a set of skills that can be transferred to other aspects of the guitar. That's a very powerful idea with the guitar. Everything's movable on the guitar. When you learn a chord, you can move it into different places and make it into a different chord. So that's an idea that we really want to embrace and understand. So although you're just doing one exercise here, it's actually a lot more than that, because you can move it to different places and employ it in different places, and that can help us. So what I want you to do in this exercise is, I want you to be very careful that the notes sound clear. And if they don't sound clear, it'll be because you're either not pushing down hard enough, or because your finger's in the wrong place. And if it's buzzing, it's because you're not pushing down hard enough, or the finger's in the wrong place. I really want you to listen to what you're doing. The object of this exercise is to get the notes sounding clear. Not so much to get it fast, it's better to get it right at the start, and the speed will come naturally. It's not a good idea to try and do it too fast to start with. I always tell people when I'm teaching them to do things really slowly, get it right, and the speed will come naturally. It always does. If you're doing something correctly and you do it repetitively, then it's not going to get any slower. It always gets much faster. So don't worry about speed, worry about doing things correctly, and then repetition brings speed into it. So please don't try and do it too fast, just do it really slowly. If I was doing it too fast on the video, just do it without me, just do it slowly and work up to the point where you can do it along with me. And also, so we're doing the 4 exercises with the 4 fingers. Also what I want you to do is, I want you to do them on all the strings. So and all the other strings. That was obviously far too fast, and I'm only able to do it fast because I started off doing it slowly. Try not to do it too fast to start with. So this lesson was on open strings and fretted notes. There'll be a worksheet just in a link down there giving you a tab version of the exercises that we've done. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Just to recap, the fundamentals here are doing it slowly, doing it correctly, and minimising all your movement.